you're muted. So we
Yep,
can't hear
we're
you.
recording now.
Perfect. Okay, great. Okay, guys, I'm going to start the webinar, and I'm sure we're going to get into a bunch of, we can go back and forth and answer questions as we go and have conversations. So this will be relatively informal. All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Okay, so in this webinar, we're going to cover how to win new clients during and after the crisis. And when it gets down to it, you know, we're in a very abnormal situation, and we need to be doing things that are going to build connection and trust with our customers, with our existing clients, and with potential clients that are out there, so that we, you know, when this is all over, we can get them and they come to us because we've built that connection instead of going to our competitors. And we can help as many people as we possibly can now with the way we communicate to them, and then as this thing ends and we move into the future. So we're going to cover all that during this webinar, and hopefully we can give you a lot of value to help you with your purposes and plans and business targets as we move forward. All right, so let's move into this. Let's see how I can. Ron, I'm going to turn it over to you to get started. What the new normal is, and I'm going to. I'll just stop sharing now, and we can see your face.
Okay, Patty, can you tell me what you're doing? Because I'm not up to date on what you're doing. I'm trying to unmute her.
Thomas is going to have to unmute her probably.
Okay, can you unmute her? Patty, tell me a little bit about what you're doing these days.
Well, coincidentally, I am also in the life insurance business. Can you hear me okay?
Okay.
Yep. So I've been at it as an independent agent now. Started out with one organization and got my feet wet. It was a very good introduction in terms of getting to know what the industry is. And I feel like I've got some good solid foundation on the niche that I'm interested in pursuing. So I'm in the process of transitioning over to a different general agency. I really like them. I really like the support that they give, and most importantly, I like their ethics. So being independent, I've got a little more challenges in terms of reaching out and trying to find the clients. I've got my own infrastructure, I guess, that's built, but I'm looking to get some help in trying to build my marketing platform. So I'm a one-woman show and educating 3 kids at home at the same time. So I'm juggling a lot of balls, and I'm trying to find what works best in the most time-efficient way.
Okay, good. Well, thanks for sharing that. Now I understand. So we've got 2 people in the industry of insurance, which is something I'm quite familiar with. So, well, okay, thank you.
Fantastic.
Okay, so you're passing it to me, right, Cebron?
Yeah, so let's get started. And I think as well, and this will help everybody as we move forward, let's make sure we properly introduce ourselves, because I really didn't do that, so that people know what position we're speaking from. I've been doing public relations and marketing for 25 years. My formal training at the very beginning of my career was public relations, which is very applicable, you know, because crisis management, crisis situations is what a lot of people know public relations is oriented to deal with bad situations. That training has really helped me to help my clients right now to pivot their messages and to do the right thing right now. So that's going to be something I'm going to share with everybody today. But then we're going to get into some really key tactics, marketing-wise and digital marketing-wise, that you need to be doing now. And then as we move out of this situation to more of a normal operating basis. So that's me. I've just an immense of experience, PR and marketing, 25 years. And I'm going to share some of that with you today. And then Mr. Ron Walker, who's going to start this out, my father, Ron Walker, and he has been doing business consulting for New York Life Corporation and all types of businesses, small and large, for the last 40 years. And he's going to talk to you about things as well. And then my son just came into my office, and he's going to say hello. Say hello to everybody.
Hi.
Okay. Okay, buddy. Now I got to do my meeting, all right? So you now go see Mom.
Daddy?
Yes.
We're having him early on in his career.
Yeah.
Awesome. Story of my life.
Okay, good. Go see Mom. Okay, bye-bye. All right, guys, let's roll.
We're at home. Yeah, okay.
We're all at home, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so So again, Cebron mentioned it.
Daddy, are you the host?
Yes.
One of the key points, Cebron, you're going to bring up the slide, correct, on the new normal?
Here, I'll throw it up for you.
Now, I find it interesting that the two of you on the insurance world, I got involved in consulting. I started my company in 1983, and a lot had to do with purpose. I wanted to help people that had good purpose to achieve their goals and objectives. So whatever the company is, whether it be the insurance industry, doctors, lawyers, CPAs, builders, it's very, very important that you embrace your purpose, because if your purpose is to make money, get out of the business. You'll make a lot of money if your purpose is genuine, especially in the insurance industry. Like, why are you doing what you're doing? What are you trying to do for your clients? And I ran into so many amazing insurance agents that had such wonderful hearts. And I've worked with the bottom beginning agents and State Farm, many of the industry, Allstate, et cetera. But New York Life, I did a lot of work with from coast to coast, and a lot of their top agents out of Houston and also in California. So your purpose, it's very important that you write your purpose. Why are you doing this job? Because if you're genuine, you're genuine with your clients, and you're honest with your clients, and they really know you care about their long-term future, their family, et cetera, you're going to be a gold mine, because that's not the case for everybody out there. Even people next to you in your, whether it be in your own home or in next door neighbors or people you know in the industry, not everybody's heart is in the same place. So I really invite you to embrace that. And if you have employees, make sure they actually are connected to the same purpose that you have. And if I'm working with doctors and lawyers and different companies, particularly with doctors, they have to remind their staff, why are they there? Why are they helping these patients? Their purpose is to be really strong. So I can't say that enough. It's almost every day you want to wake up and go, this is my purpose, and embrace it, so that your communication is coming across with that heart. Make sense? I'm sure it does, but I can't say that enough, actually. Okay, now I'm going to throw it back, because probably the major reason for this event is, more than anything, to help everybody market and get out there into the world. Because what happens, my main focus is re-engineering your company, making sure that the executives and the hats that you wear are worn properly. But this is Cebron's area, is marketing and really helping you get out there and bringing new clients in and servicing your current base. So Cebron, back to you, buddy.
Great. And I want to just point out that, there's a lot of people that have, over the years, Simon Sinek and a lot of leaders in the marketing world, of finding your why. And once you really have nailed down your why, and I just wanted to jump on that because you talked about your purpose, it's really so true that if you know your why and down to it of the change you're trying to make, what you're doing that you're passionate about that's going to change someone else's life, it improves them. And if all your marketing messages and what people talk about, your brand message and the way you communicate, the main line or header that's on your website, if it's all built on top of that why, that purpose, that major reason you're doing what you're doing, that's going to communicate better than anything to tell your potential customers, your existing customers, why you're there for them. So I want to really support what you just pointed out about purpose. From my perspective and in my industry of marketing and what I do every day, it's really working with my clients to get to that fundamental why. And then from that, you build your brand statement. And it wasn't exactly something I'm going to cover in the details I go over today, but it is fundamentally important. So it's a great point. Okay, so go digital and go virtual now. We're of course right here in a webinar doing what we're doing. The Zoom culture is here to stay. It's everywhere. And we need to recognize, of course, that this is the way of business now, and it's not going to change that much. I mean, these phones and devices that we've got, statistics show us that 65% of people are going to find a business, find an agent, find a dentist, on their phones by searching their phones and then finding their Facebook page, finding their website, looking at reviews about them, going to Google and then finding and mapping how to get to them. So that stat of 65% is no question going to go up from this day forward. It's probably going to be up at 75% once this whole coronavirus thing is done. So that's one thing, is recognize that you cannot get by with the brick and mortar idea of phone calls, cold calling, and you're going to do it all without building your digital platforms and channels to find you and then to do business with you. So that's one thing. So are you ready for that? You know, and the guys here that are with us, have you looked at the things you need to look at? Now, don't worry, I'm going to go through some of those things today of what those are, what those key vital pieces are that you need to be doing. A lot of my clients, and I have clients across the boards, but one type, let's just say, veterinarians and dentists, and they have to get 30 new patients a month to survive. So you're talking about industries where they have to both service existing clients, but be marketing like crazy to reach new people with their messages. So as agents, and Rafael and Patty, Tony, and Thomas, you need to get new clients coming in. Now, you might not have to get 30 a month, but you need to be doing the things to reach those people. And so, you know, and I'm sure you've touched on different things. You've tried your LinkedIn, you've tried different things, but I'm going to go into the things you've got to be doing. All right. So with that sort of, you know, place to begin, I'm going to pass it back over to Ron to touch on these points, and then we're going to get back into examples with me.
Okay, so because I now know who I'm talking to, I'm going to pass on a couple things. First of all, just in general, most companies right now are either on pause, meaning they have had to close down, their restaurants are closed, but that's not the industry we're talking about. Or they're pivoting, they're figuring out some other alternative. They're doing webinars with customer bases or whatever the case is. But the two of you specifically are basically staying the course. You didn't have to change anything, correct?
Yeah, I did.
Oh yeah, what'd you change?
Now I'm strictly virtual.
Okay, you're all virtual, basically. You're not out in the, so, okay, so you're basically at home, sending messages out, sending emails out, getting on the lines, going to seminars, doing the thing even right now.
Absolutely.
Okay, good. And you've been doing that for the last month and a half?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. Before that, what did you do?
Pretty much was always outside, meeting, doing face-to-face appointments, going to networking events.
Yeah, yeah. So so I got it totally. So you're in a pivotal stage. Yeah. And Patty, I think you're sort of staying the course, but you know, because you're at home a lot.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely love it now. So this is something like in the last slide, I don't see the point in switching back.
Right. Oh yeah, I got you totally. I got you totally. Yeah. Okay, so just a few points. Cebron, you want to just move on to that?
Yep.
Okay, so this is staying the course. I'll just say something because I worked with the insurance world prior to quote unquote cell phones and computers, believe it or not. And I concentrated, and Cebron talks about the marketing and all these various pieces, which he's going to go into. Back in the day, I called it blue time. If you don't do your blue time, marketing, outflow, knocking on doors, getting customers, you're never going to get your green time, which is your appointment to close. So if you don't do 2 hours minimum, especially when you're beginning, if you don't do 2 hours of outflow every single day, 5 days a week, you're not going to meet your targets. Jamal, do you do 2 hours of outflow or more every day?
I do 4.
Awesome, good job. And how many apps do you close per month?
I close about 8 a month.
Excellent. Patty, how about you?
On average, probably about 5.
Okay. All right. Good. Okay, good. My operating basis is if you get one client, you can get 2 more clients. If you get 2 more clients, you can get 4 more clients. It comes down to your service in regards to your client base. So you can show those slides, it's fine, but I'm just going to talk a little bit. So because of who I'm talking to. Have you categorized, how many clients, total clients do you guys have? Jamal, do you know how many clients you have?
No, I'll have to check my CRM.
That's totally fine. Patty, you know?
Probably not as big as his.
Okay.
Just part-time.
That's fine. That's fine. So this is just something you both can think with just because of your industry. I categorize, because I have insurance clients right now. I have wealth managers. I've had guys go from making, $75,000 a year to making well over $1 million a year out of Boston right now in your industry, because they were dedicated and disciplined on their marketing and outflow. But once you get a book of business, you want to start categorizing A's, B's, and C's. An A client is your top client that makes good income, that loves what you're doing, loves your service, and wants to talk to their friends and family about what you do. That is where you need to take your clients. Jamal, you have an A client?
No, sir. Okay,
you have a B client?
What would you classify as a B client?
They're doing well. They're not doing great, but they're doing well. Okay, some of those. So B's, you want more B's and A's rather than C's.
Absolutely.
If you work hard on C's, you're going to get more C's, and they're going to be a lot of work, but you're not going to make a lot of income.
Right.
You want to stay away from that. But at first, you don't care. You basically sell anybody you can get your hands on.
Right.
And try to help them out.
Right.
So right now, for you particularly, both of you, it's really what Cebron's going to bring to the party. It's market, outflow.
Yep.
And make sure your follow-up is very quick. In other words, you have a conversation, you're immediately in email to the client following up, and I'm sure you're both on top of that just because of what the way you come across right now. That makes sense?
Yes, it's critical.
Stay on it. You got to stay on it. And your manners and your communication and your listening skills have to be spectacular. If you're a good listener and you know your industry, you know your tools, and your discipline is great, you're going to do well. You just got to go through the bumps.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Okay, Cebron, back to you, buddy.
All right. So fundamentally right now, and Patty and Jamal and Tony and Thomas, you're going to create. You got to spend. You're at home. Most of us are working from a home office, and we're not out there meeting people in face to face right now. So what do we need to focus on creating content, creating ways and things to share, organic video platforms to increase communication, connection, and trust. The key right now is to have communication, to build connection and build trust. Build connection with your community and build trust with your community, and build that connection with potential clients and build trust with them. If you build that trust now because you're saying the right things, then they're going to come to you when they need your service, when they need your life insurance, when they need whatever your product is. You have to double down on your social media. I just had a client, and again, it's in a different industry. She's a veterinarian. Her normal statistic was she was getting 50 to 60 new clients coming in each month. This past month, we did a pivot to just push double down on her Facebook. She was really using Facebook. So we did videos on Facebook. We did daily Facebook posts, being connected with the local community. And I'm going to show you some examples. But this month, in the middle of COVID, she had 90 new clients, her highest ever month, right? So, and we did advertising on Google, but we had already cut her advertising down to $5 a day. So we're talking about someone who organically was doing posts on Facebook every day, but doing the right kind of posts, and she had a highest ever month. And that was because she built connection and trust. And so more important people came to her because she was the choice against all the competitors, because the competitors were silent, or they were just posting a couple times a week, or they were just doing that stock post that says, hey, if you want more information on COVID, go to this CDC site, and we want to work, make sure you're washing your hands. No one cares about hearing about that anymore. They want connection and trust. They want to know how you're involved with the community and why I should trust you. And I note here, my final bullet is pull back on sales ads, focus on service and help related to the situation. Every one of my clients, we were spending up to $1,000 a month on advertising on digital platforms, Facebook, Google, Bing, YouTube. We've pulled everything back, almost turned everything off. And the only thing we're spending money on is Google, and probably about $5 a day. So just information for you, it's not important right now to be spending a lot on advertising. And I don't know that anybody here that's on this webinar is spending any money on advertising. For sure, and you might be, let's say, on LinkedIn a lot. LinkedIn's a great place for you, but LinkedIn ads are extremely expensive. So I would say no money on advertising right now, but get hardcore on building connection and trust. Now, I mentioned video there. Video is incredibly important right now. Now, why video?
Hey, Cebron, can I say something just because you touched on something that, particularly for the agents? And you probably are aware of this, but I just want to make a point here. The more understanding you have of your clients, in other words, what are their interests? What do they like to do? What are their hobbies? The more you can connect to your clients. Like if they like fly fishing, you need to know that. So that when you're running across some article, some whatever, you can say, by the way, I hope you're doing well. I know that this is a tough time, but don't forget fly fishing is just around the corner, buddy. You need to keep that communication going with them on what they have as common interests. And the stronger you keep those, particularly for your B&A clients, but the more you know about them, the more they're going to really trust you and know that you care about them because you're already talking about things that they have some common interest in. So you need to actually sort of analyze what they do, what they like. If they have kids, who are they, what their birthdays, and note those down because you need to have your file with all that information so that you cannot forget, especially with your bigger clients. You're going to start to get bigger clients, and you need to know that their son, Johnny, just had a birthday, 10 years old, and he won the Little League game with a home run. You need to know that. Sounds silly, but it's important stuff. That reality, you can't buy that. And they trust, if you know that kind of thing about their life, they're going to bring referrals to you big time.
It's a very good point. Very good point is knowing your target audience and knowing that your target audience is not everybody. Of course, many of us are here in the Sacramento Valley, and Sacramento Valley has 1 million people in it, but certainly your target audience isn't that 1 million people. It's probably maybe 5,000 or 10,000 people who have interests that you know, and you're speaking to those people. A good book, and I have some references back here, and I'll just share this with everybody. If you do have reading time and you want to work on education points, this book by Seth Godin, This is Marketing, is a fantastic book that really focuses on your target audience and who is your precise audience that you're trying to reach and what makes them up and their psychographics and demographics. And you can skim through that book in a few hours and get some great points to help you really nail down how you message and target your target audience. All right. Okay, so now back to this point on video. This is a massive survey that was done by a company called Wise Owl in England, and of about 5,000 small business owners and their clients. And it says, how do you most prefer to learn about a new product or service? And this pie chart breaks it down. Of course, the huge orange part is a short video, 68%, and then all the other ways. If you can do video and selfie videos with your phone and post it to Facebook, and you say things like, hey, I just wanted to connect with everybody out there and hope you're all safe, that you're healthy. You know, what I've been doing is I've been putting in extra time exercising. I took up CrossFit, so every day I make sure I do an hour of CrossFit to stay in shape at home. And then I put in my hours to help you and make sure that I'm reaching you to share what I can do for you, blah, 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 blah. It's not a sales video, and it might sound funny that you're sharing the fact that you're doing your exercise, but everybody else who's your target audience is also probably at home right now, and they're probably needing to figure out ways to deal with the kids, to exercise, to eat right, to not just watch Netflix all day, and do the right thing. And if you share that reality with things you're doing, it's going to build connection and trust, which I've already covered. And a great way to do it right now is to do really simple videos with your phone about that. You could do a video every single day on your Facebook page, and you will build up people engaging with you, watching that, thanking you for it, and being involved with you. And then those are people that one day will become your client. You have to do the work now to get those guys later down the line. And video is the way. I mean, we're doing a video right now. This is a video. And in the future, video is just going to become more and more important. So start looking at how you're going to be doing video. And you don't have to be sophisticated from the start. None of us were born to be actors. So just start doing it. It's going to be tough at the beginning, and then you're going to get good at it. All right. Here's some examples I want to share, and this is a super tactic. Gary Peavy, a client, we found for him a tool I've been using for a long time, but I got him active using it. And he does life insurance, he does wealth advising, how to retire properly, that type of thing. And Gary, in this environment we're in, you know, his regular emails were not reaching. They weren't getting responses. And I was like, how can we improve his emails? And we found a tool that I've been using, and I said, hell, let's start using this for you. It's from a company called Wistia. And if you go to wistia.com/Soapbox, the tool is called Soapbox. And it's a piece of software. It's really easy to download. It's free. And it basically embeds itself in your Google Chrome browser, and you'll see a logo up in your corner of your screen, and it just sits there. And it'll just work with your webcam. And what you do is you just turn it on. It records a video right at your desk of your message to Joe Blow, and then you go in. It has a little very simple editing tool that when you finish the video and you stopped recording, and you can cut the front off of it and you can cut the back off of it. And then it says share. You click share, it gives you the link to the video box and the link to the video itself. And you can see my example I'm showing here says, Cebron, I thought about sending this video via Constant Contact. What do you think? And that's the actual video. If I click on the arrow, this is in an email to me, personalized video message to me from Gary that he dumps straight into a normal like Outlook or Gmail email, not a MailChimp or Constant Contact thing. We did dump it into Constant Contact because of this. He asked me about it, but this is just a regular straight email. Talk about a fantastic way to upgrade your email with videos dropped right into it. So it's not a link. I mean, it is a link, but it's the actual picture of the video, and you click on it, and then it plays a video to you. So you can say, if you had 10 or 20 hot prospects or medium hot prospects that you want to send a message to and say hello, you can use this Soapbox tool, and again, it's wistia.com/Soapbox to drop videos directly into your emails out to prospects or out to clients just to say hello and see how they're doing. You want to continue to keep your existing clients in communication with you and connected with you and keep them happy with you, and then you want to be sending videos to people that you want to make clients of your stuff. So that's a great tool to start using to upgrade your emails.
Let me just say something there, Cebron, just because of the industry, to Jamal and Patty. So if you were talking to a hot prospect and they seemed like a hot prospect, for example, yesterday, if you got out and you could do this very quickly, both of you could do this, go and download Soapbox. And if you send back a communication, by the way, it was great to talk to you. I thought I would just send a little image of myself to you. And I'm wishing you to have a great day or a productive week. The points we covered today, I'm going to send an email to you. Have a great day. And they saw you saying that to them, you'd blow their minds. Because people love pictures. They are picture fixated. That's why they watch movies, etc. So you're going to come across as a person greeting them in a film that you just talked to them about an hour ago. And it's going to be like, oh my gosh, look at these guys went out of their way to send me a greeting in person, alive. I guarantee you that we have some great impact on your clients.
Definitely, definitely. And then, okay, so put that on your list of things to do. And then here's some other examples. This is Countryside Vet Service. These are the guys that had the highest ever month for April. And here's an example. I wanted to share this with you because this might seem odd in a normal circumstance, but it's very perfect for the existing economy and what's going on out there. Is the office ordered food in. And they just wanted to share with the community that they ordered food in, and that in the staff room, they had lunch and they were connected with their community and supporting their local restaurants by ordering food in and having it. And we had links to the restaurant they ordered the food in, and they got a bunch of shares, a bunch of comments. I mean, look at this, 76 likes, 4 comments, 5 shares. And this was the next day after they shared this. So this has probably had a lot more than that by now. But and then this one is the doctor, and it's with her family in her car, and she's basically saying that we're here for you. So it's just, and this is related to the business, right? So you might have to change your mindset of the way and the type of stuff you're doing on social media. It doesn't have to be sales or just business oriented. It's whatever you can do to build connection right now. That's what's going to be wanted by everybody out there. They want people being real, being human like them. Here's another one, and this is the doctor did a video and she posted on Facebook, and she did like a lesson of how to take care of your pet at home. So this was a video we posted for her, 37 likes, 13 comments, 18 shares, and that was like within 12 hours of the post. Here's another example of a dentist. He did a Facebook video, literally got his secretary to shoot the video with their phone. We posted it to his Facebook page. Then we posted it to his YouTube channel. And I haven't talked about that, but YouTube is now become the biggest search engine in the world. YouTube has surpassed Google, that people are using as a search engine. So they're looking for something. They're now using YouTube more than Google. So those are the 2 big daddies. And Google owns YouTube. So Google owns the world of search on the internet. So you need to be involved with Google and be involved with YouTube. So if you don't have a YouTube channel yet, start thinking about setting up a YouTube channel. We do that with all of our clients. And there's a lot of technology and techniques about how to set up your YouTube channel. There's plenty of videos on how to do it. But so we recorded this video, posted it on Facebook, got a ton of likes, got a ton of shares, and then we put it on his YouTube channel. You might be able to see this here. The next day, or within days of putting it on his YouTube channel, he had 174 views of this video where he's really just saying, hey, he's saying hello to everybody. You can tell my office is completely empty, but we want you to know that we're here for you. We have reception manned. We'll take your calls, and if you have an emergency, we are here for you, and we can give you emergency service. So we got that video posted to YouTube. We appropriately made all the keyword tags here for SEO reasons, and then we posted that for him. All right, so here's your tactical targets of 4 things to do right now. You got to blog. You got to do videos. You got to, and when I say blog for the guys here on this webinar, for you that might be writing an article and posting it to your LinkedIn account. If you don't have your own website yet, then that's fine. You can still blog and post it to LinkedIn. You can still post it on Facebook, right? And if you're doing video, you can post video on LinkedIn, and you can post your video on Facebook. Just get that content out there. Make yourself real to your community and to your potential clients. Okay, next target, Google My Business. Do you have your Google My Business page set up properly? It's a huge point. Google is the main search engine, and they now have a tool so that you can post a bunch of information, a bunch of photos of you and your business on their page. It's like a little mini website on Google. Google My Business also makes it possible to post posts similar to Facebook, where you can find this, you can set up on Google, you'll have your Google account, go in there, set up your Google My Business page, put all the information in there, and then you'll see you can actually post to it so that you're adding content all the time, adding links to your blogs, adding videos to your Google My Business page. That'll start bringing up your rankings. It's an SEO target. It's a key SEO move. It's actually major. And any of the SEO guys out there are doing this, and it's what is ranking either your business itself or your website by constantly adding to your Google My Business page. So that's a key target. Social media pages, namely for you guys, it's Facebook and also LinkedIn. So be active on both and make sure that your information is up to date. And then develop, enhance your online marketing strategy. You got to take the things we're talking about and you actually got to have a plan. You don't have to get really complex about it, but have a plan. Like every day you're doing some time on your social media. You're making sure your Google My Business is up to date. You're doing videos or you're doing blogs. You're writing content. What kind of content? Well, how to handle your money. What about why you need insurance? What are the types of insurance out there? Like come up with things you can write about and write about them. Do videos about them. Come up with 8 different things you can do, and then over every other day, do a video about it or do a blog about it. But get your content out there. You're going to start building up people that are going to start finding out about you. It's the long game. You can't go, well, you know what? I've done some of this and it didn't work. No, this is stuff that you got to be doing. You got to do it, and then months down the road, you're going to see it. A year down the road, you're going to see statistics that are going to show, like you're going to double and triple and quadruple the engagement of people finding out about you, visiting your Google My Business page, visiting your Facebook page, and if you've got a website, visiting your website. You're going to see those statistics go up when you start getting active and putting out content. All right, I wanted to show you some examples. These are some companies that I just grabbed randomly in Sacramento. Vector & Company, they're a CPA. Now, here's their website. Here's their Google My Business page. They have a terrible Google My Business page, all right? They don't do anything on it. All they've got is they've got 5 Google reviews, and it's a 3.4. The 3 top Google reviews are totally negative. And the outside photo is just the building. And if you click in here, you don't see any photos of the staff, any photos of the inside of the building. So this is a bad example. Don't be Vector & Company. You know, make sure your Google My Business is set up right. Here's a great example, Wealth Design Group. Gary, well, he's a client. So his Google My Business page has a shot of him. You see him actively doing what looks like money stuff, taking care of someone's money. All the information about his business and his website is fully filled in. And we spent the time to build out his Google My Business page. Here's another company, JD Tax Accounting Services. They're down in the Pocket District in Sacramento. And they're better. They have 15 Google reviews. They're all doing good. And you can see over here, I've shared that they're actually posting, 6 days ago, they posted to their Google My Business page about stuff about COVID. Fine, they did a post there. Here's another one they did 6 days ago. These guys look like they've probably been to a webinar, just like I'm talking with you right now, that told them to do it, and they took action. So 6 days ago, they posted photos of themselves on their Google My Business page. Good job to them. You can make an appointment right on their Google My Business page. They've filled in, if you were to scroll down this page on the actual Google page, they've filled in all the information about their company, and they've got photos in here of the inside of the company. I say, this photo is not so great. I would fix this. I don't need to see a photo of the Tower Bridge on here. I want to see a photo of them. I would probably put this photo right there of them. But good on them for getting active and setting up their page. Everybody needs to be doing that. All right. So those, I'm just going to jump back. These are the things you need to be doing. 4 targets, active targets, tactical targets to get doing right now. This is going to change the game for you. This is going to do what you have to do is you got to build communication, which will build connection, which will build trust. Trust is your key target right now with your community. All right. Ron, back to you.
Okay, good. We can skip this because it's irrelevant at this point based on what I understand. So, well,
okay.
Personnel, okay, but you both are one-man bands. So let me make a couple points. One of the most difficult situations when you have a small organization and when you're a one-man band is to comply with yourself. And most executives have a difficulty getting juniors to follow orders and give compliance. In other words, let's say, Patty and Jamal, you say, okay, so Monday through Friday, I'm going to be getting up at 6:30. I'm going to get everything in order. I'm going to have everybody under control. I'm going to get on the computer. I'm going to do this and this and this from this webinar. And by 10 o'clock, I'm going to be rocking. Okay, so Monday comes, doesn't quite happen like that. In fact, Monday gets destroyed because you got distracted by this and you got distracted by that. So you didn't comply with yourself. So I'm going to ask you both a question. If you were to score yourself on complying with yourself, 0 being you're dead, 10 you're hallucinating, what would score Jamal on complying with yourself on what you want to accomplish?
Well, you mean as far as like time management?
You betcha.
Until this week, I wasn't really great at blocking out my time for prospecting. You know, trying to juggle kids with homeschooling, getting emails, getting requests for meetings. So I took time over the weekend to try to tighten up my process and my system. So I would say for the last couple of days, I've been better at block scheduling activity around prospecting time, because those are golden hours, as I like to call it. I would say I'm improving, but not where I want to be yet.
Good. Okay, good. So the score would be what, 6 or 7?
I'll say a 6.
Okay, good. But Patty?
Yes.
Yeah, I would say on average 6. I think I've been engaged in more webinars recently as I've tried to reach out and find people to learn from in regards to digital marketing and online marketing. So more webinars than usual in my schedule.
Sure, I got you. Okay, good. Well, especially, so great. So part of the trick is, especially when you are the one-man band, is hold yourself accountable. And probably one of the biggest things I do with whether it be small companies or large company is they send me their plan. I hold them accountable to what they say they're going to do to make their dreams come true. And part of that is, for example, in your industry, is how many contacts you made per day, how many appointments you made per day. That's the key in your game. Contacts made per day, appointments made per day. At the end of the week, if you made 50 contacts and you made 8 appointments, you did very good. Right? But you've got to, those are your basics. If those, that's like your exercise. If you don't make your contacts, then you can't make your appointments. And that's got to be a religious crusade for you guys, especially if you want to get up to the top of the table or $1 million round table, which is when you're starting to make your income. And that's when you're starting getting your A and B clients. So I just say that from a standpoint, like what I would do with each of the clients in this industry on a regular basis is literally have a map or a chart where I would do this. I'll just show you. And I would have them literally, I don't know if you can see this, but I would have them draw a graph. You can do a graph paper. You want 10 apps a month, minimum. So basically I would manage that graph. Are they on top of the game? It's almost like your scoreboard if you love sports. Are you winning the game for you guys? Are appointments set from contacts? And that's what I would just say. So to just sort of wrap up, embrace your purpose, because what you do is, most people out there in the world right now, with both you, Patty, and Jamal, they need you. They actually don't know they need you, but they need you to help them think financially better, more intelligently, and get the insurance to cover them in case something happens, but also from a standpoint of investment. So have a plan. Do both of you have a plan, a written plan? Jamal, you have a written plan?
Yes.
Okay, great. And Patty?
Yes.
All right, great. And then, I don't know if it really makes a difference for you guys right now based on what you're doing, but if you have the opportunity to get any money, apply for it. Don't count on it, but apply for some federal money. Track your statistics. And then if you had staff, you could, obviously tie into meeting with them on a remote. But right now, seminars I think are good for you, especially that you're getting trained and skilled more. The more of that the more knowledge you have, the more you're going to be able to bring to your client base, which is very, very important. with what Cebron went over, it's very, very important that you have those mediums so that you're able to contact more people now today than ever before, as long as they have a website, as long as they can find you, as long as they can connect to you, as long as someone's going down and what agent should I see in Roseville or Sacramento, and you ideally come up and they can contact you. There's got to be a tool where that's real. I mean, Cebron constantly connects people on you got to be found. If you can't be found, then it's going to be a tougher game for you guys. So.
Great, good. This has been great. And, you know, just as a technical point, if you're going to start getting into video, and I'm looking at everybody right now that's on the Zoom meeting, is, you know, I would maybe fix some audio, you know, make sure that people can hear you, get a little microphone connected to your laptop, so that if you were going to do a video literally right at your desk where you are, get yourself a little microphone, maybe put a desk lamp up there and beside your screen so you have some light on your face and you have a decent microphone. You could do the videos we're talking about right there at your desk where you are. I don't see anybody that I'm looking at right now that couldn't immediately just start doing videos sitting right where you are. So you don't get into feeling like you have to have the perfect set. You have to have the great background. Everything's got to be right. What's most important is that people see you're there talking to them, because that will be what builds connection and trust.
Yeah, very, very key. And the key is particularly, again, in your industry, every industry, is your communication and your care factor. Your communication and your care factor is really what people are going to feel. And you can almost drill it. I mean, I drill a lot with my clients. I drill receptive owners on how they come across to their clients and their fellow staff members is very, very important. So I hope you got some value out of what we went over today. Did you feel like you got something you could use?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Very much.
Okay, great, great. You're welcome to do, I have a complimentary business analysis if you would like to take that. It just is an overview of the various roles you have in your own company, whether you're a one-man band or not. And it would be complimentary just to go over it with you. If you want to go to that link and then fill it out, we'll score it and I'll call you and go over it with you in the future.
Thank you.
Great. And you can also download my ebook that gives you more online marketing tactics at this link on the Walker Kreative website. And it's Walker Kreative with a K. And you can find that ebook if you'd like to read that as well for more online marketing ideas.
Awesome. Thank you.
Great, guys. Great to be with you. Hope have a good evening. Have a productive month.
Thank you.
Great, guys.
Hey,
Great talking
thank
to
you.
you.